Welcome back, everyone. Ready for another deep dive.
Always ready to explore.
Today, we're going to be looking at ISA and HASA relationships and how those work in Java.
Sounds good to me.
First off, what exactly are these ISA and HASA relationships all about? For someone who might be new to this whole object-oriented thing.
Sure. So think about it like this. In object-oriented programming, we model things as objects, right?
Right.
And these objects have properties and behaviors. So is and has-a are ways to describe how these objects relate to each other.
Okay, so it's all about relationships.
Exactly.
Gotcha. So let's break them down one by one. Let's start with ISA.
Is-I represents inheritance. It's like saying a dog is a mammal or a car is a vehicle.
Okay. Makes sense.
In programming, this means one class inherits properties and behaviors from another class.
Okay, so it's like building upon something that already exists.
Exactly. You have a parent class, the more general one, and then you create child classes that inherit from it.
Okay, so like in that example from the source, a teacher is a person. Right.
Perfect example. So you have a person class with properties like name and age. Then a teacher class inherits those properties, but can also have additional properties like subject taught or years of experience.
Oh, okay. I see. So instead of rewriting all that code for like name and age every time you create a new type of person, you can just inherit it from that base person class
Exactly. It saves you a ton of time and effort.
and keeps things organized. What about HASA? How's that different?
So has-a represents composition. It's about objects containing other objects.
Okay.
Like a car has an engine,
Right.
or a house has a roof. The source talked about a school has a collection of students, right?
Right.
So in this case, the school object contains student objects, but those student objects can exist independently of the school.
Oh, okay. So even if a student graduates or leaves the school, they still exist as a student, just not part of that particular school anymore.
Exactly. It's about containment, not about defining the essence of the object.
Okay. That's a subtle but important difference.
Yeah.
So to kind of recap, is about inheritance.
Yeah.
One class inheriting from another, and HASA is about composition. One object containing other objects as part of itself.
Precisely.
But both of them are about how objects relate to each other.
Exactly. And understanding those relationships is key to building well-structured and efficient object-oriented programs.
Right. And it's interesting because you start to see these ISA and HASA relationships everywhere, not just in programming.
Yeah.
Like in real life.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Think about organizations.
Yeah.
A company has a CEO, has a marketing department.
And all those different departments, they could exist even without that specific company.
Exactly.
That's-
Or think about ecosystems. A forest has a collection of trees,
Right.
and each tree is a plant.
Wow.
Yeah.
So it's like these is and has relationships are fundamental to how we organize and understand the world around us.
They really are. And that's what makes them so powerful in programming. They allow us to model the complexity of the real world in our code.
That's amazing. It's a fun little mental exercise, and it can really help you understand how things are connected.